Hi there, I'm Adam from Cardboard Studio. In this clip I walk you through creating a player chasing Sentry. When it's not detecting the player, it will follow a patrol routine. All of this is made possible thanks to the latest Pine 1.15.0 update and the Sensed asset. I split this video into parts, so you can watch the whole thing or just jump to what you need. Timestamps are in the description. To make this Sentry work, you will need 3 assets. Starter asset third person, which is free Unity package. Comes with a third person controller, animations and demo scenes. Grab it from the asset store, link could be found in the description, and import it into your project. Next required asset is Senses, created by me. This asset allows you to add senses to your enemies or NPCs. And finally, we'll need AI navigation. We'll be using NavMesh agent, so open the package manager, find AI navigation and import it. Probably you already know that TPC nodes can technically run without NavMesh by using position-based movement, but I prefer NavMesh for proper pathfinding and obstacle avoidance. As everything is important, go to Starter Assets, Third Person Controller, Scenes, Playground. Enter PlayMode and check out. Camera works with the mouse. Character moves with the keyboard. Perfect. Time to prepare the player. We just need to add one component on the player game object. Let's add target senses. And that's all. Now, let's set up our bot. We'll do a few quick things. Firstly, as always, let's make our bot look unique. In the hierarchy, find player armature, duplicate it and move it aside. Inside, find armature mesh, duplicate the materials, change the base color, I'm going with the blue, and reassign them. Let's rename the game object to Bob, or maybe Bob the bot. Perfect. Now it won't look like the player identical twin. Now it's time to disable player input on the bot. The nodes turn this off automatically when they start, but if you leave it on, this will mess up player controls. Now, time to add senses component. Click Add New Sense and choose C. Now we need to assign eyes transform. Let's go through Bob's skeleton in the hierarchy. Now set central vision angle to 30 and central vision range to 7. Let's enable display FOV so we can see Bob's vision cone. Maybe we'll go with 12 for the range. Now enable peripheral vision. Set peripheral vision angle to 45 and peripheral vision range to 6. Nice. Now it's time to add NavMesh agent and setting its stopping distance to 1. Let's add an executor component. Also, let's create a new behavior tree. And assign it to the executor on Bob. Also, don't forget to enable able to forget in the senses component, so Bob can lose track on the player and return to patrol. Now it's time to prepare the surfaces for the NavMesh. Select ground, add component, NavMesh surface, leave it as wall cable. That's all. Nothing else needed here. Hit bake. Wait for a few seconds. Turn on gizmos. You should see blue wall cable area with clear space around the orange boxes. Since we're going to use patrol action node, we need waypoints for Bob. Create a new empty game object. Duplicate it few times and spread them around the level. The order in the hierarchy equals the patrol path order. Sweet, now we got a simple waypoint path ready for the patrol node. Now, let's build Bob's behavior tree. Time to open the tree. Double-click the tree asset assigned in the executor. Rearrange the workspace a bit. Done. Select Bob in the Hierarchy tab to inspect his blackboard. Now, time to add Repeat Decorator. Connect it to the root node so the tree runs forever. Let's add a senses was anything seen fork node. Time to focus on settings. Set the awareness threshold for when Bob gets alerted. In the faction dropdown, choose what Bob should look for, in this case, everyone. Choose the search type. For this demo I'm using nearest. Of course, you can go with different settings like nearest in both angles, which was presented in the intro for this clip and allows for hiding behind Bob's back. You can also decide whether Bob should only report the player when they are in vision range. This is useful for turrets or security cameras. By default, the detected senses component transform is stored in the blackboard as target transform, along with some other cached values. Now let's add a TPC chase action node. Connect it into the left output port of the fork. That will run when Bob sees the player. Enable Use NavMesh. With default settings, this node will chase the blackboard's target transform. Finally, let's add a TPC patrol action node. Connect it to the right output port of the fork. That runs when Bob does not see the player. Enable Use NavMesh. As you can see, waypoints are stored as blackboard hard-coded waypoints. So let's drag and drop your waypoints from the hierarchy into this field. And done. Time for testing. Let's enter PlayMode. Now Bob the bot starts patrolling, always looking for a sense component in his cone of view. Since the player is outside Bob's vision cone, he can't detect him, and patrol continues. As soon as the player enters Bob's cone, he detects him and starts chasing. If the player escapes and Bob forgets, he will return to his patrol path. And that's all for creating a Sentry bot with Pine and Senses. If you have any questions or run into some issues, hop into our Discord channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.